What's up, guys? I'm Chris Eaton from Accepted Resignation, and I'm starting a new series today called 2-Year-Old Tech That Still Rocks. Here's the truth nobody making unboxing thumbnails with their mouths wide open wants to tell you. Most of the gear that you actually need came out 2 or 3 or 10 years ago, and some of it still kind of kicks ass. Now, let's be clear here. I'm not talking about shopping for tech on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. I'm talking about brand new, straight from the manufacturer items that just aren't on the daily TikTok hype train. Lights like the Amaran 60DS, power like the Anker 737, cameras like the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. They've all been out for a minute, but they're still punching way above their price range in 2025. You're over 40, you're getting into content creation, and you don't need a $5,000 cinema camera just to talk into a lens. You need gear that works, you need gear that's proven, and you need gear that's not overhyped. I started this series to cut through the sponsored noise, skip the spec sheet worship, and show you what actually matters when you're trying to make something real. So if you're ready to create without going broke, let's light this thing up and let's talk about the Anker 737 power bank. You ever buy a piece of gear that's just so good that you start to question all the overpriced, overhyped plastic nonsense that you see on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram every day? Yeah, that's the Anker 737 power bank. This isn't some fresh TikTok fuel drop trying to join the influencer parade. This is a 140 watt, all business, soda can sized brick of energy that's been around since 2022. And here we are talking about it in 2025, and I'm telling you straight up, this thing still crushes it. Now, I know some of you watching this have been brainwashed by YouTube thumbnails shouting, new 250 watt power charger, OMG. But let me stop you right there. Just because it's newer doesn't mean it's better, and it's definitely not smarter. This little unit right here is the Anker 737 power bank, officially known as the PowerCore 24K. And it's still one of the only power banks out there that could spit 140 watts out of a single USB port while sucking it back in to charge the power bank just as fast. You got a 16-inch MacBook Pro? Cool. This will charge it halfway in under 30 minutes. You rocking a DJI rig, a couple of V-mount batteries, an XPS laptop, and maybe a phone and a tablet all at once? This thing could juggle them all. You get 3 ports, 2 USB-C with fast charging and 1 legacy USB-A, so even your older accessories could still feel included in the whole process. One of the best features? The real-time OLED display. Now, I know this sounds bougie, but hear me out, all right? This thing shows you live wattage in and out, battery health, how many charge cycles you've got left. It's like a mini control panel that tells you just how close you are to total tech failure from your batteries going dead. It doesn't look like much, but this little screen is the difference between we're live and we were live. But here's the part no one talks about. This thing doesn't try too hard, all right? It doesn't flex with shiny gimmicks or fold-out selfie mirrors. It just works. You toss it in your bag like a beer can and forget about it until your gear needs a little bit of juice. Sure, it's about the size of a Red Bull can and weighs just under 1.5 pounds, but that's a fair trade-off for the kind of power that you're getting out of it. Now, let's pit the Anker 737 power bank against some of its younger siblings. You've got Anker's newer Prime 250W. Now, sure, it's bigger, heavier, pricier, and gives you slightly more wattage. But unless you're charging 3 laptops and a Tesla at the same time, you're not using that power. You're just paying for it. And it's literally double the price. Then there's the newer Anker A1695, which is lighter, more modern, and comes with built-in cables. But it caps out below the 737 in terms of max output and raw power. It's like buying a flashy new sports car with a speed limiter. Bottom line, the 737 still slaps newer power banks right in the face. While the newer ones are out there flexing on specs, the 737's out here doing the actual real work. And if you think this is some niche use case, think again. okay? I travel with this. I charge laptops, V-mounts, cameras, iPads, and whatever else I could throw at it. And it never flinches. It's the one piece of gear I don't have to babysit. It doesn't beep, it doesn't overheat, and it doesn't leave me dead in the water in the middle of a live stream. Now, look, nothing's perfect, okay? This thing ain't a featherweight. It comes in at about 630 grams. You won't be sticking it in the pocket of your tight ass skinny jeans. And no, you can't use it as a USB style pass through, so you can't charge it and use it to power your laptop at the same time. Boo hoo! It's a damn power bank, it's not a flux capacitor. It does its job, and it does it better than 90% of the overpriced, overhyped nonsense out there. Alright, let's talk price. Just like your mother, you could usually get this thing for $110. On sale, I've seen it drop down into the $70 range. That's robbery in your favor for what you're getting. Anker could have stopped making these, but they didn't, because it still sells. Because smart creators, travelers, and working people know a great value when they see it. And in case you're wondering, yes, it's airline safe. Sits right below the 100-watt limit. So it travels just fine, so you get no weird looks from the TSA agents. So here's my no BS final verdict. If you're just starting out, or even if you're a grizzled old wannabe tech vet like I am, don't get suckered by the newer is better trap. The Anker 737 power bank is still one of the smartest buys in 2025. Powerful, fast, reliable, and it's tough enough to live in a gear bag full of cables, batteries, and that over 40 attitude that I know all of you have. This isn't budget gear. This is smart gear. And smart is rock and roll as hell these days. So if you're looking to future-proof your mobile setup without blowing your retirement fund, skip the glitter and buy the brawler. The Anker 737 doesn't care what year it is. It's here to work. Just like you. Do me a favor, hit subscribe, smash the like button like it was your best friend's sister in high school, and drop a comment if you've been on the fence about starting a channel. Till next time, guys, stay loud, give more than you take, and go out and make something.